Oh, I feel so low today. So I decided to read from the book of Nonesense, just to relax. There was an old man with a beard, who said, "It is just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren, have all built their nests in my beard." There was a young lady of Ride, whose shoestrings were seldom untied. She purchased some cloaks and some small spotty dogs, and frequently walked about Ride. There was an old man with a nose, who said, "If you choose to suppose that my nose is too long, you are certainly wrong." That remarkable man with a nose. There was an old man on a hill, who seldom, if ever, stood still. He ran up and down in his grandmother's gown, which adorned that old man on a hill. There was a young lady whose bonnet came untied when the birds sat upon it. But she said, "I don't care, all the birds in the air are welcome to sit on my bonnet." There was a young person of Smyrna, whose grandmother threatened to burn her. But she seized on a cat and said, "Granny, burn that, you in Congress, old woman of Smyrna." There was an old person of Chile, whose conduct was painful and silly. He sat on the stairs eating apples and pears, that imprudent old person of Chile. There was an old man with a gong, who bumped at it all the day long. But they called out, "Oh law, you a horrid old bore!" So they smashed that old man with a gong. There was an old lady of Chotsi, who made a remarkable curtsy. She twirled round and round till she sank underground, which distressed all the people of Chotsi. There was an old man in a tree, who was horribly bored by a bee. When they said, "Does it buzz?" he replied, "Yes, it does. It's a regular brute of a bee." There was an old man with a flute. A serpent ran into his boot, but he played day and night till the serpent took flight, and avoided that man with a flute. There was an old man of Kilkenny, who never had more than a penny. He spent all that money in onions and honey, that wayward old man of Kilkenny. There was an old person of Iskia, whose conduct grew friskier and friskier. He danced hornpipes and jigs, and 8,000 of fakes, that lively old person of Iskia. There was an old man in a boat, who said, "I'm afloat, I'm afloat." When they said, "No, you ain't," he was ready to faint, that unhappy old man in a boat. There was a young lady of Portugal, whose ideas were excessively nautical. She climbed up a tree and examined the sea, but declared she would never leave Portugal.